Welcome back to the Awesome channel. So today we're going to be doing a build buy overview of the Sims 4 Desert Luxe Kit. As of the recording of this video, the kit is actually for free. So click the link below to learn how you can download this Luxe Kit for free. It's free until October 17, 2022. Alright, let's get started into build buy mode. First, I'm just going to filter for our kit here, Desert Luxe Kit. Usually like buying the room first because this is what's pre-made by the Sims to kind of show off most of the new items. This is definitely a style that I can see myself using. A lot of neutrals, as they described it, earthy tones that are going to be super versatile. Kind of wish they came out with this kit a little earlier during the summer because I could see this being an awesome kit in order to create like dream backyards. But all else otherwise, it looks like there's a good variety of new stuff. Let's dive into the details. Currently, we are filtered for kits, and of course, you cannot filter for specific kit packs. Instead, it's just all the kits that you own. So you will see that I own both Oasis Courtyard as well as the Desert Luxe one, but today we're just going through the Desert Luxe items. So first up, we do have this modern leather chair. It looks like something straight out of a West Elm catalog. Mid-century modern type of styling, the wood frames and the leather seating. I think it could go with a lot of different builds. Second up is a new bar stool, so I do think that we need a new bar stool. The ones that we had were kind of like, eh. But this one's kind of cool because it's got different texture to it. I like the wood framing to it, as well as the rope, and then the leather like seating and backing. It does look pretty cool. Next up, we do have a couch. The couch does look a lot more comfortable compared to the base game couches that we've had in the past. This one does look more like pillowy and just soft and nice to lay down on. But it is something we kind of sort of already had in the past, so I'm not super excited for this couch. We have another, I think it's a love seat, so probably like a two-person couch. It's got stones on the edge, so I do like that textured stone where it looks a little bit weathered, so maybe like an outdoor seating area. I could definitely see this for like in the backyards. Next, we do have another pool lounger, more modern in style. It looks very similar to what we already had in the base game, so not really sure whether it's going to be too different, like adding too much value, but otherwise, I guess it's good to have. An end table is what's next. Now, with these end tables, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like the Sims 4 end tables, like the sizing is a little off in comparison to relative to the chair sizes, but this again is a massive end table. Good for decorations. I'll show you later in the game, but you can actually stick little flowers or store items inside that little cutout area, so it's kind of cool. This is also an end table, kind of enormous for an end table, but I guess it goes with this stone love seat over here, where it'll match with the textured stone. However, if you're like pairing it with a normal chair, it is kind of large for an end table. I do love how this end table has a lot of neutral swatches. I could see people using this like builders with the tool mod. The possibilities will be endless with this. It's basically like a square brick, and if people stack this up, they're gonna build crazy things with this. I could see many builders using this end table for a variety of reasons. Similarly, for this stone end table, again, I don't know why the sizing is so different, right? Like that square one's huge and this round one's like not as huge, more normal size. But again, super versatile. With tool mod, people are going to be flipping this thing, rotating, sizing up, like many options will be possible. Next up is this bookshelf. I really do like this bookshelf. I love the rounded edges to it. The cutouts is super cute. Even the decorative items that they've placed automatically, they change colors while you switch the swatches around, so I think that's super fun. Inside the little cutouts, I could see people placing like little objects in there as well. Unfortunately, it does not naturally clip into the spaces. However, BB move objects on, you can size down a few vases or plants and it'll look really nice. Next up we have the sand bar. So yay, another bar. But at least it's neutral, okay? So I do appreciate that it is a neutral color and it's not as eclectic in terms of the bars that we've had in the past. The back side of the bar is super cute. It's got the textured wood on the side and it's filled with the little martini cups. I do like how some of it's wood, some of it's stone, the weathered stone, so it'll be awesome for a backyard. Let's put up a wall here because it looks like we have a new shelf added to the game. I like the neutral color of the shelf. Hopefully I can stop using the really basic like wood plank one and maybe I'll start using this one instead because it does come in a bunch of natural colors. Next up we do have new curtains, yay! Very plain colored curtains that don't look like super heavy. And if you zoom in, you do see it's textured and like thatched, so that's pretty nice. I do like the neutral colors of this curtain. It comes in 3 different heights, so hopefully that'll match with any type of build that you're trying to create. Next up is one of my favorite objects in this pack. It is this wood awning. You can see it more closely when you switch to swatches, but each of those individual beams are branches or tree logs, so when you switch to swatches you'll see that it has uneven, like some are wider, some are thinner, it's a little bit of bumpy, so there's actually a lot of detail inside this awning, so it really looks very natural, so I'll definitely be using this. Next we have a fan. This fan I think is mostly wood and perhaps some metal as well. It looks very stylish, pretty cool and modern at the same time. The only question I have is it a bit low? Because I don't have a sim on this lot currently, so I'm not able to test it out, but it does seem like a little bit low. Like if a sim were to walk by, like would their head just get chopped off, or like would their hair get sucked up? I'm not really sure. I love this new fireplace that we have. I definitely think that we needed new fireplaces. We were kind of stuck with the traditional like wood frame or the super modern, but nothing really in between. So I do like this fireplace. I can see this being used outdoors and indoors. Next up we do have these floor lamps, very similar to what we've had in the past, to be honest, so I had to check to see like what's the difference between this floor lamp versus the old one that we had in the past. It does look like the new one is a bit smaller, so even when you size down the old one, the new one doesn't have that metallic trim around the lamp, blends in well, and also it looks like the old lamp is not as bright as the new one, so that new lamp definitely brightens up a lot more of the exterior of the home in comparison to what we had in the past. Now back to the kits. What else do we have new? We have some hanging lamps, so these lamps look stunning. I love them. I will be using them all the time. I do wish that they had separated out the lamps, so I would want that wide one separate from that like taller vase shaped one, but overall really love these hanging lamps. It comes in 3 different heights, so hopefully that'll work with any of your builds. And if you zoom in a little bit, you'll see that they actually put in like the rope texture to this lamp, so there is a lot of detail to this, which is really neat. So I'll be using this a lot. After that, we do have a new barbecue grill. This barbecue grill has a lot of detail, like it has the fridge, the little orange juice within the mini fridge, it has the waste basket already built in, which is kind of neat. It does match the bar, so both of them do match when you select the same swatches. However, I don't know why the counter of the bar is wood, whereas the counter of the grill is stone. So that's my qualm, but otherwise each of the items individually is super detailed. It's just that it doesn't match exactly, like one's stone and one is wood. Additionally, I was trying to figure out like, oh, these are really nice, but like what counters would I use to kind of connect these items? Would I use the end table? Is that why that stone square like end table was so large? Because it doubles as a counter? I tried to look for ones in previous kits to like match, but I couldn't find any in the previous game packs that went well with these. It would be much nicer if it matched. I think that wrapped up most of the buy objects within this kit. Next up we do have some wallpapers and floor tilings. So the new wallpaper we got is concrete, so it's a concrete wall. I know some people might think like, oh, what am I gonna do with the concrete wall? But like, I could see a lot of uses for a concrete wall. If you're gonna build a parking lot, or if you're gonna build like a squash court in a playground, or like one-sided like tennis courts outdoors where you hit the tennis ball against a concrete wall. Otherwise, you can also make dividers as well. So like for outdoor like patios and things like that, concrete is very useful. Modern homes also use a lot of concrete, so I could see myself using the concrete wall a lot. Secondly, for the flooring, we got these large-scale like concrete slabs. I think I'm going to use this a lot, which will look really nice for like a backyard. Kind of wish the squares were a little bit smaller, like maybe half the size of the rectangle, but otherwise I'll be using this all the time. For outdoor spaces, comes in a bunch of neutral swatches, so warm tones as well as just like gray concrete. This kit does come with 2 windows. The first window is like wooden beams, so I tested this out a shorter wall to see maybe you can use it as like a fencing, perhaps. But also it looks almost like Japanese in a sense. But I'll be using this for different outdoor builds. And then also we do have a very oversized window. Not sure how often I will be using this window because it is very just big. I do like how it's like wood and neutral, but it is very similar to the ones that we got in like Eco Living, so perhaps it would go well with a very modern build such as that. I do like how the heights at least line up, so that's a win. Overall, I think this pack is really beautiful. The colors and the swatches are very versatile. Some of the plain shelving as well as the cubic tables and that circular round end table, those pieces, I can just imagine the types of things that people will be building with that. And of course, how could I forget, there were these new doors. It's an archway, so I'm not sure how it will work in terms of having seasons, like will it snow indoors now that you have an archway like this that leads out to the backyard, but no more creating fake folding doors. Before I put the diagonal wall and put the full-length window, now we actually have a accordion door is going to really enhance a lot of our builds. As I mentioned earlier, this pack, you can get this one for free, so the Desert Luxe pack you can currently get for free. You can click the video to learn how you can download it for free. It'll be free until October 17th, 2022. Otherwise, it'll be $4.99 US dollars. There are a lot of items in here that are super versatile and I can see myself using all the time.